Google Maps, this dual carriageway, 70-mile-an-hour road or whatever it is, does not feel very appropriate for cyclists. Jesus! Bye team! What's up, beautiful people? Just said goodbye to the team. Team Lowrider, Coast to Coast Cycle is finito. And today it's time to start the journey home. They've all cleverly got trains home from Sunderland, where we are right now. But for some reason I've booked my train home from Durham. So it's midday now. It's about an hour-and-a-half cycle down to Durham. And from there I'm gonna get my train and hopefully be home in Birmingham about 6 o'clock. There we are. Durham's on the map. Day one was a little bit of a baptism of fire. I think we all knew we were leading up to this very, very big incline, very steep for most of the day. My bike feels so heavy right now.
Yeah.
And it was steep. It was tough. But the hill coming down after it, down into Braithwaite, I think it was, so good. And although we had 2 flats on day one, it was just such an epic day going through the Lake District, knowing that I'd signed up to go from one coast to the other was slightly daunting. But I think after day one went well, I felt confident in the fact that I could at least finish it. I was definitely the slowest of our group, but don't think I held Team Lowrider up too much, so that's the main thing. Thank you. Lovely little cycle route I'm coming down today. I think this is National Cycle Route 1. I could be completely wrong with that. Coming past a little lake here. Lovely. Legs actually aren't feeling too bad. When I was climbing the stairs earlier today, didn't know if I was going to be able to make this ride. Uh-oh. I hate these things. Oh. Yeah. County Durham, City of Durham, woo woo! Can I just say, Google Maps, this dual carriageway, 70-mile-an-hour road or whatever it is, does not feel very appropriate for cyclists. Jesus! We're in Durham now, just gotta make it 4 more miles. Day one, absolutely amazing, through the Lake District, and then had to have 2 burgers because I was so hungry after that full day of riding. I think it was like 70 something kilometers. And then day 2, well fueled up, came out of the Lake District and got right over into the North Pennines. Went a little bit off our route and went down into a lovely little village bakery thing, and we could see the long climb up that was awaiting us after it. And it was pretty brutal. It was just a long, steady climb. Was determined not to get off the bike, and I didn't, but it was very slow at points. And after that climb, I was so glad to get to the youth hostel and chill. Feeling a lot better for a shower, and we got a whole dorm room to ourselves tonight. Day 3 was definitely the hardest day. It was just up, down, up, down. We did think it was like 1,300 meters of elevation gain. It was also the day with the best weather, like it was pretty clear, so we could see all across the North Pennines, at least in the morning. And we made a new friend in a little confident kid called Paul, who was absolutely smashing the hills. Right at the start of the day, at like, I think about 5 or 6k in, we had an incline, I think it was like 19%.
Stupid hill!
It just went on and on and on, and that was probably the hardest incline that I've had to go up ever on my bike, but just about made it.
I got the heart pumping.
We had loads of pub closures that we really struggled to deal with because we got to a village, really needed lunch at this point, and then the pub was shut. We got to the next place, pub was shut, the next place, and then in the end I ended up finally, when we found a pub that was open.
Food served all day, every day, yes!
Massive burger that fueled me for the final. I think there was like a 22% incline at one point just after lunch, but then we got to kind of a little plateau and we could see all across the North Pennines and then down into the Spa Hotel, which was, that was just what we needed at the end of that day.
Hello.
Ups and downs.
Back in Birmingham. Best weather we've had the whole trip. While day 3 was definitely the most physically challenging day, day 4 for us was definitely, well for me at least, the most mentally challenging day. It was just so wet. It was honestly just chucking it down for the whole ride, and for that reason we decided to go straight from the hotel all the way through to Sunderland, whereas every other day we'd stopped en route for lunch. The first reason for that was because we just wanted to get there and be out of the rain. The second reason was because we were just so muddy, we didn't think anywhere would accept us, even if we did want to stop en route. So that was probably the biggest mental challenge of the whole trip. But we got there, dipped the wheels right in the coast as we'd done back at the start, and it felt so good, but we were absolutely knackered. What an achievement though. I think the route that we ended up taking in total was 224 kilometers. Honestly, an overall assessment of the C2C, challenging, grueling at times, but definitely worth doing.
What a trip that was. If you're looking for a multi-day bike trip here in the UK, you have to consider the C2C. That was incredible, and you can pace it kind of however you want. We did it over 4 days. I've heard of people doing it in 2, or even some crazy people doing it in 1 day. And I know people that have done it in a week as well. So one to consider for sure. I hope you've enjoyed this little mini series of vlogs from our C2C adventure. And if you have, please do leave this video a like and consider subscribing for more. It really helps me out. It really helps the channel. And I really, really appreciate it. But I'm going to finish this one up here. Thank you so much for watching. Big love. It feels good around here.